Imagine how you feel about yourself and the loving words that you speak to yourself when you look in the mirror. And I want to offer you that you can see a stronger, more capable, more joyous, more adventurous, more spontaneous you, because you decide to believe that to be true for yourself. You decide that is what is going to happen. You believe it. Not because you have evidence, not because anybody else is telling you, not because it's being affirmed, but because you have the power to decide that for yourself and then to manifest that into your reality through what you think and how you feel and what you choose to do daily. So, my friends, I will leave you with that and to think about, what do you know will be true about you no matter what? What are you deciding to believe for yourself? A workout's a beautiful place to start with this. If that's a really big question for your life and you're like, oh, fuck, I don't know, I offer you to just bring it to the workout and decide, when I go into a workout, who can I decide to be just for this little tiny slice of time? And show yourself that you can actually make decisions about who you are and what you think and how you feel, and that it will manifest and it will show up. It will actually translate to what you're able to achieve in your workout, and just the whole experience of it might still be damn hard. You might still be cursing, right? But who you choose to be is ultimately up to you. All right, well, how'd I go? Oh, not too bad. I tried. Let me unmute you, my love. Think you have to unmute yourself? Yeah.
You are a person that goes over time all the time.
I'm doing an 8-week program at the moment that people have signed up, and it's like, it's a very big investment. And one of the things was like, I just said, I don't know how long each masterclass is going to go for. So they're recorded. You can watch it at any time. I've literally been like, I can't guarantee time. I don't know.
Oh, I love it. No, thank you so much for providing your time this morning. It was full on as usual, and some good stuff in there. And yeah, I'm going to use that. Because the question, I still struggle with that question, who are you? So I'm going to use that in the workout and see if that brings up anything for me. Because I think
why I'm putting you on the spot. Why do you think you struggle with that? Where do you get to?
You always, like I said before, you always use like the resume thing, right? So it's always like, how is that person looking at me? How what can I list off? What can I tick off as saying these are the characteristics about me? But from within, like, you just don't know. Like, I really struggle even from the last round, and like with the workout, with work in general, with anything, I believe I'm a hard worker, so I always give 110%. In the gym, I always give 110% at work. Like, I work well under pressure. But then I'm like, am I really that person? Am I a hard worker? Yeah. So even just a message now from Nadia, she's saying, she didn't know where to start with this. So
a place to start with this question would be just to, once you have that question in your awareness, right? So use it as an inquiry question. So it doesn't need to come up with a right or wrong answer. There's no definite answer that you need to come up with, right? It's not like you're submitting it for assessment. It's just about inquiring into yourself, who am I? And I think a beautiful place to start is that when you are in a moment that you feel joy just fill your body, you feel like, we all have these moments where we just feel good, like something's happening in our life. We're having some sort of experience that just feels really joy-filled, and you just think life is great. Check into that moment. What am I doing? Who am I being? What am I experiencing? And that will give you a little bit of insight to what is at the base of your being. Because we can only fully experience joy and embody joy and abundance when we're kind of in alignment with who we truly are. And that will start to give you, like, hard worker, right? Productive, that might be who you are. Check in with yourself when you're working really hard. Does that make you feel really alive? Is this who you are? And then the next question would be, do you have judgment on that? Is that why you're finding it really hard to fully own that and embody that? Because sometimes it's that worthiness piece, right? Am I enough? Is speaking my truth enough? Is this a good enough answer? What do you think the consequences of being that person would be. And am I okay with that? The leadership piece for me comes with consequences, right? Leadership for me, sometimes I've had to struggle. I've denied my leadership in a lot of ways because other experiences, other stories have been created about being too much or a show off or people thinking like, who does she think she is, you know? And so I've had to repress that leadership for a long time, but I always felt the urge in me. And I feel, you can see it, I feel most alive in this context where I'm kind of bringing these conversations forward. That's who I am. It's not to say there's not struggle around it, but that's who I am. That's unshakable. And I feel really good knowing that. And what that does, it releases me from having to hook myself into parts of identity that aren't actually at the base of my being.
Mm-hmm.
How much money I make, whether I'm in a relationship, what I weigh, that actually has nothing to do with what's at the base of my being. So when I find myself getting hooked into these stories or being anxious about those things, what it does is allows me to remind myself who I truly am, what my magic is, and that actually doesn't matter. And so I can let that go. That's not to say I don't care about it and I don't put input into it, but it's to say, you know what, at the end of the day, that's not the make and break of who you are. So just leave it, let it be, let it go, and focus on what makes you more of you.
Mm-hmm.
Does that help a little bit?
Yeah, it does, because, you know, I believe I'm a hard worker, but then the judgment comes in where if I do say I'm a hard worker and I work hard in the gym and everything, and then if I get a comment or I don't get a comment where someone's, you know, like, if you're working that hard, why aren't the results following? It's that judgment. So you go, oh, maybe I'm not a hard worker. Maybe I'm not working hard enough. So yeah, I'll sit with that and definitely work through that.
If it makes you feel really good in those moments where
Yeah, it does.
100%, that's you, babe. That's
Yeah.
it. That's it.
Yeah.
So it's not to say that becomes like unquestionable, but it's unshakable. You keep coming back to it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, because every session I just go all out. Like I always try and do something new that challenges me. So, you know, that's like that, it just makes me feel so alive, and that's my moment, you know, to do that. So yeah, I think maybe I've had a breakthrough.
Got like 1 more minute for me to talk to you. So once you understand who you are at the base of your being, then we start to nurture that. So
Mm-hmm.
for me, because leadership is who I am at the base of my being, and I know it's a massive energetic exchange to do that,
Mm-hmm.
I need to make sure that I set my day up. I'm actually quite naturally introverted too, right?
Yeah.
It's an interesting contrast. So I need to give myself full permission. So after this now, I go take some alone time. I go replenish myself. I go restore myself, right? I give that to myself because I know that's what I'm going to need in order to show up to the next group that I'm presenting to. If you're a hard worker, right? If you get off on that feeling, then you need to make sure you're nurturing that by eating well and sleeping well and staying hydrated and doing all the things that you need to do, to requesting support and time for yourself so that you get to actually experience yourself as that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I love it. I think I've had a breakthrough.
Love it.
I'm happy with that. Yeah. Thank you, Lena, so much.
Guys, I love you so much.
We're starting week 4 next week, so this is perfect timing. And I think we will chuck you in again in another couple of weeks or so, maybe 3 or 4 weeks, just to do a bit of a boost for everyone to get through the finish.
Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. All right, guys. I'm on Instagram at Lena_Moxon. Please connect with me. I love sharing your journeys with you. And I'm the ultimate freaking hype girl. If you need someone that just claps for every little effort, like if I see you drinking water, I'll be like, yes, bitch, hydrate. Amazing.
I do that with every check-in. I'm like, yes, you hit your protein. They're like, but I didn't hit this. And I'm like, but you hit your protein.
You need to cultivate. You need a whole community of that.
Yeah, you do.
You really do. So get
You
around
really
it. All right, my loves. Get on with your day. Get to your
Thank
family.
you. Have a good day. Bye.